Okay, so let's continue our MQTT traffic light exercises. So this was the setup that we have done earlier. So we were able to send these test messages from Mosquitto, publish client, and our traffic lights were following those commands that we were given from our terminal. So now we will replace that manual client with our automatically client. So we are creating the publishing client that is running in by our own code. So instead of this manual command sending, now our publishing client will send those commands automatically. Okay, so there will be the other reference code on the Moodle. So that will be the MQTT publishing reference code. And if you open that zip file, there will be also the source files. And I'll go through about some parts of those source files next. So the idea for create the publishing client is that we are using the same kind of initiation methods, and instead of empty loop, now we are calling this send method in that loop, and then we are waiting for a while, not sending those messages so often. And then there's again the callback. There's one callback more now, and that callback is the send message, which will create the publish MQTT publish messages to be sent to the broker. And if you look at code, MQTT receive CPP code is that there's also the receiving part, but the receiving part we have done already earlier, so don't worry about that. Now we are concentrating to send the messages. And if you open the main CPP file, there will be endless loop, as you can see, and in that loop we are calling this send message method, and then we are waiting for about 1 second. So we are sending the message within 1 second, sending the publishing the message within 1 second. And if we then look about this callback side, so there will be this send message callback, which will be activated when that that will be called in the main loop. And here we are utilizing this publishing method, which will publish our MQTT message. And there are a few parameters. There's the topic that we have to define, and then the message length and the message itself. And if you go to see that Mosquitto manual, you can find out that what are these arguments that you should give in the publish. So there was the topic, length of the message and the message itself, and then quality of service, and then retain, and the first one was that handle struct or handle for that our object. So in here we are using the quality of service level 1, and here is our message, and that message came from that main loop. So this only this one line that is needed to publish the message to MQTT. MQTT broker. Okay, your first exercise is that send some dummy message from your C++ publish client, and you can verify that with your Mosquitto subscribing client. So you can test that your client is really sending something. And first you can check that within your own machine, and then check that you are able to send the messages between the teams through the network. So when you are able to send and receive the messages inside your own machine, then try that sending and receiving, publishing and subscribing between the other team's machine. Okay, when your publishing client is working, you know that it's working. Now I guess you know that you are next going to send such kind of messages that your traffic light client, the subscribing client will receive. So now create the JSON message that follows your traffic light syntax, and then create such kind of functionality that you automatically are sending commands or messages in that way that your traffic lights are working in the feasible way. So you publish the messages where is the suitable syntax for your traffic lights, and that is sending those, controlling the traffic lights automatically by timed manner. And first check this in your own device, with your own client, and then you can control your neighborhood team's traffic lights. So then the traffic light center should work automatically. So then you will have this sending client and receiving client. Receiving client is illuminating the traffic light colors, and the transmitting or that publishing client will send those messages that control the lights in the subscribing client. So now this kind of functionality is supposed to be working. You are sending this publishing messages, and your subscribing client is receiving and controlling the traffic light. So now you are quite close also to get your car working, but we'll come for that later. And also, if you are controlling your traffic lights with the other teams, then there will be the team number whatever. So they will publish these messages, and that goes to TITE network, and then your broker receive those messages and controlling traffic lights according to that.